Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. My name is Daniels-Ato and I am a Nigerian YouTuber based in the US. And if this is not your first time, you know what's up. Thank you for coming back again. Please do not forget to subscribe. I noticed that a lot of people that watch my videos are people that are actually not subscribed. So if you're not subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll really appreciate it. So in today's episode, I'll pretty much be talking about things you should know before you come to the United States. That's the America. And there are quite a number of things, but I'll try as much as possible to touch on the most important things as I move forward. And these things come in no particular order, so I'm just going to say pretty much the things that you need to know before you come to the United States. So the first thing I'll talk about is the taxes. I feel like this we can't really talk about this enough. So in US, let's say for example you go and get groceries in Walmart, or you go and buy anything, the price that is labeled is not the total amount that you will pay. We usually tax like 10 to 15% of whatever the purchase is. So let's say for example you go to the store and you see something for $10. That's not what you're paying. You're going to pay let's say the tax for that state is 10%. You're going to pay $10 plus a 10%. That's 10.1 something, or I don't know how they calculate it, but pretty much the price you're saying there is not the price you're going to pay. When we talk about taxes, the tax subject is pretty much broad, because you have what they're taking from you from groceries and everything. And even like, let's say for example you're working and your salary is like $100,000 per year. That's not really what you're taking home at the end of the day. By the time they tax, they'll take state tax, federal tax, they'll take social security. There are a bunch of taxes, or there are a bunch of things that they collect from your salary, and at the end of the day your take home can be like maybe 70K or something, which is, I mean, when I started it was quite ridiculous, because I'm like, why are they collecting so much from my salary that I don't get? But there's also something called tax season. That's where sometimes if you don't earn up to a certain amount, or if you earn up to a certain amount, I don't know how it's being calculated, but you get a particular amount back from the government. That chunk of what you pay, or what is taken back from your salary, you get it back during tax season. And I mean, I didn't know anything about tax season when I came. I had to learn it from people, from my school, from everyone, when they were saying, oh, it's tax season, it's tax season. And let me tell you guys, I flopped during my first filing. Like, I won't even kid you. Like, I was supposed to get like a lot of money back, but at the end of the day I did it myself. I didn't even know what I was doing and all, and at the end of the day I didn't like get a lot. Like, so I was supposed to get like over $1,000 and I just ended up getting like 200 and something, which was really ridiculous. Like, I flopped totally. So that's understandable. That's something that you should really know, you should research about before you come to the United States. The second is healthcare. So healthcare in US is not free. Regardless of what people say that, oh, healthcare is better, yes, it is better in some regard, it is better, but healthcare is really not free. So despite the fact that you have health insurance, you could get health insurance, say from your school, from your workplace, or you could buy health insurance as well. But health insurance doesn't like pay the full amount of however much you spend in the hospital. It pays like only, I would say 80%, between 50 to 80%. It depends on the kind of insurance you have. So when you come, I would suggest that you find out, like, do your research on the kind of insurance that you have. If you have an insurance through your school, call the insurance company and ask them, okay, what does it cover and how much does it cover, so you know that, okay, even if you go to the hospital, this is the kind of amount you're going to pay, and this is what's not. So I feel like you should really know that, because healthcare is really not free, and this probably will make you like not want to seek medical help or medical attention when you're ill. Please seek medical help if need be, but just know that if you have insurance, insurance takes like a chunk of that amount that normally you would have to pay, so you don't get to pay a lot. The third thing I will talk about is the money in US. So in US we have the dollar bill. That's from $1, $5, $20, $50, and $100. Then we also have coins. At first, when I came to US, the coin thing was really hard for me to like master and study, because I'm like, what is this, what is this, what is this? I was just calling everything cents, and all. So you should like probably go online, like you should know the kind of money that America uses and all. So you have penny, which is 1 cent, you have nickel, which is 5 cents, you have dime, which is 10 cents, and you have quarter, which is 25 cents. I haven't really seen 50 cent, although I heard there's 50 cent, but I don't think I've ever had 50 cent before, if it's still in existence. I don't know about that, but these are like the kind of money or the kind of coins we have. And then afterwards you have your dollar, $1 bill, $5, $20, $10, $20, $50, and $100. So the maximum you can get is $100. So that's how the currency works in US. So the fourth thing I'll talk about is insurance. So insurance is a big thing in US, in a sense that I feel like for everything you have insurance. You have health insurance, you have car insurance, you have home insurance, you have pet insurance, and a lot more. So the most compulsory one is the car insurance. Like, you literally can't drive a car in US without having a car insurance, which is also called auto insurance. Like, when you get a car, that's like, they won't even let you move the car from the car lot without like having your auto insurance. And it could range from anywhere from like, so usually we pay, like some people pay monthly, but there are also some insurance companies that allow you pay the full 6 months or the full 1 year insurance at a go. And if you get to pay like the 6 months insurance or 1 year insurance at a go, you get like a discounted rate. But if you pay monthly, you could pay anywhere from like $60 to $200. depending on the car you have, the year make and model of the car you have. But if you want to pay like maybe 6 months at a go or 12 months at a go, it could range from like anywhere from $300 to like over $1,000. Again, it depends on the kind of car you drive and the kind of premium you really want for your car and everything. That's something you really need to know. For renters insurance, some apartments now make that compulsory, although it's not compulsory for all apartments, but some make that very, very compulsory. Like, you can't stay in the apartment without a renter's insurance. I remember the first apartment I stayed in the US when I came, I had to get a rental insurance. I didn't see the point of it, because I'm like, it's not like I'm burning down my house or anything like that, or would they pay me for my clothes? I don't know, but I didn't see any point of that. But some apartments actually do require renter's insurance. So that's another thing. Before you rent an apartment, you have to like look at the things that they need from you and the things that you can do away with. The fifth thing I'll talk about is the weather. Weather can be crazy. Then again, it depends on where you're at in the US. So where I am, that's like Chicago area, we pretty much have like extreme weather. So in the winter it's very cold, in the summer it's very hot. Like, we can't just have a balance. I feel like the only time we get to like have a little balance is like maybe in fall. Spring, it rains all the time, so you can't really have so much fun. I feel like fall is like the better season for me, but we're not exactly talking about the season now. We're talking about the weather. Like, we have extreme weathers, we have too hot and too cold. But there are also some places in the US that are pretty much like cold all the time, and there are also some places in the US like Florida that is pretty much hot almost all the time and everything. So weather can really be crazy, and it depends on the location you go. So before you come, make sure you do your research on where you're going to and see like, okay, the weather there and the kind of clothes you should carry, or the kind of things that you should prepare for. Number 6, tipping. Guys, tipping is a big deal in US. Like, I didn't know this was like so crazy until I got here. Like, it's not compulsory to tip, but it's what's the word, it's necessary that you tip. And sometimes if you go to a restaurant and then they serve you and they're trying to get your check and everything and you don't give them a tip, the kind of eye they will used to look at you like, this one is stingy or something like that. Like, tipping, I didn't get the essence of tipping until I had to, like, during the summer, I had to like be in a position where my payment was dependent on someone tipping. That's when I understood, like, oh, the importance of tipping. Like, tipping is a thing in US, and the tipping can range from like 10% to like maybe 30% of whatever you purchased or whatever food you're buying or something like that. It's advisable you tip because sometimes these people's like salary depends on your tipping and all. Like, it's a really big deal for restaurants, and also that's something that, I mean, even though you don't get used to it at the moment, or like with the snap of a finger, you should like try to make that part of you and try to learn it before you even get here. Like, that's something you should know, so you don't get caught unaware, so you know that this thing is happening. Tipping is a big deal. I think the 7th thing, at this point I've lost count of how many things I'm saying, but the next thing I'm going to say is I want to advise you to invest so much in clothing from your home country. Reason because the odds are the kind of clothes, okay, so let's say for example you're coming in like the winter period and everything, it's like the weathers are like the opposite. Using Nigeria as an example, the weathers are like complete opposite. The kind of outfits we wear in Nigeria is not the kind of outfits we wear here. And in most cases, like Nigeria, we like to dress, we like to overdo ourselves. But when you come here, you realize that, oh, okay, people are wearing like normal t-shirts and jeans to class. Sometimes people even wear pajamas to class. Like, they dress down, they don't dress up. So most often than not, the clothes that you will have to bring to the US are, you won't end up using them. You end up like buying more things when you get here, and that's just like stacking a lot of clothing and a lot of properties and a lot of things in your house. So I would advise you to invest in a lot. Just like carry a few. I would advise you to invest that space in your box for provisions, because you will need it. Rather than clothing, invest it in provisions. I'm not saying you shouldn't carry any clothing at all, don't get me wrong. Carry a few. Don't carry your entire wardrobe because you won't use it and you don't need it. Even the winter jackets and everything, for example, you're coming in the winter season, it's different because the feel of Nigeria or African winter jacket, for example, it's not like it cannot withstand the kind of cold that will slap you when you get here. So I won't really advise you to invest so much in that. Next on the list is your chargers and cords. So your chargers plug-in points is different in US. It's different in every country, I would say. So you should really, in US it's pretty much different from what we have in Nigeria. If you're in India, I'm sure it's different and everything. So like, just pretty much research on what you have and the kind of like sockets they have in the US to compare, because most likely your chargers and everything you bring from Nigeria are pretty much useless because you can't use it. The next, which I don't know if you should be under this one, but it also goes the same way for electronics. Say for example you want to bring your hair dryer or stretcher or something like that, don't bother. Your blenders or everything, don't bother, because it won't work. Like when it gets here safe, it will even blow. So don't even try it. For chargers, I would say like, okay, you can invest in like this universal charger that you can plug in and everything, so you don't have to waste your money or something, or like throw away your properties or anything like that. But yeah, you can invest in universal charger, but with regards to appliances, I would advise you not to bring it because it won't work here. So the next is, when you're coming, avoid anything that has chicken, because they would seize it at the border. That's just it. Avoid anything that has chicken. Your seasoning cubes, if it has like chicken, or if it's a chicken flavor, avoid it. Don't bring it. You can get those things here, but they won't let you like bring it into the country, if you get what I mean. The next thing is, when you're flying, please and please do not check in your important documents, because anything could happen. Your luggage could get missing and your documents are inside. So don't check in your important documents or things that you have to like declare at the border. That's a total fail. Don't just do that. That's all I have to say about it. Don't do it. You can pretty much like pull your documents in your hand luggage or in your backpack, or which is also your hand luggage, or anything, but avoid putting it inside or checking it inside your check-in bag. If, for example, you have to do that, make sure you have extra copies of whatever documents you're taking along with you. Carry and also like put an extra copy in your hand luggage and like maybe your checked-in bag if you want to. So then you have like a copy of everything, and in case it goes missing, you have like another option, or you have something with you. So the next thing is, do not carry like a lump sum of cash, because don't just carry it. It's going to like attract a lot of eyes to you, and a lot of investigations could be going on, and they could seize it even. So don't just like carry a lump sum of cash with you. Carry like maybe $2,000 or what you think that you need for the next 1 week or something. You don't need a lot of money for the first 1 week. You can pay the money into your account. If you have someone trusted in the US to send your money to, you can send it to them and they can keep it for you, or you can open a domiciliary account and pay the money into the account, and it will just pretty much save you all the stress of the whole immigration palaver and all that stuff. So the next thing I'll talk about is transportation. Transportation is different in different places in the US. If you're going to a town that doesn't, like if you're going to the suburb, or if your school or where you're going to is pretty much in a suburb, the odds of you needing a car is very high. So you should put that into consideration before you come here. Or if you're like in a bigger city, you have access to like public transportation and all that stuff. Uber is expensive, so I'm not sure you want to invest your money in doing Uber. Or like, let's say if you're in the suburb or something, like public transportation don't come often, so you have to sweat it out before you get access to that and all. So just like do your research on where you're going to, how the transportation system works over there. If it's not so great, better start looking for a way to like get a car so you don't get stranded. So the last thing I was talking about is, surprisingly, you should know this before you get here, weed is legal. So if you're driving by and you see someone in their car smoking weed and all, they are not breaking any law. It is legal. The police cannot stop it, except they have like a larger gram with them or something. Then obviously the police will stop them. But pretty much in most states in the US, weed is legal. It is not federally accepted yet, but in different states you can use it. It is legal. That's shocking and surprising, because I'm like, why is it legal? Why do people have to like smoke weed around? I'm not judging, but yeah, that's something you should know. Anyways, I hope you like my video, and I hope, like I told you, there are a bunch of things that I really love to say, but because of time I'm trying to keep this under a certain minute. But yeah, I hope that I gave you the right information. I know sometimes I blab, I talk too much, I don't know, but yeah, I hope I gave you the right information, and I hope you use it accurately and wisely and all that. And if you get to come here, I know that a lot of people are coming here in August, and when you come here, please feel free to reach out. And if you used any of my tip, you could also like leave a comment or reach out to me and say, hey, your tip helped. Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and please, again, don't forget to subscribe. If you made it to the end of this video, you're what's up, you're what's poppin'. Thank you, and please do not forget to subscribe, please. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys later.